Most Americans live in states where pot laws seem to be edging towards legalization. And if you're not one of them, then you might be soon. See, the Huffington Post has figured out why legalizing weed just makes sense and what might happen as weed prohibition loses its grip on the United States. So, first up, more people smoke weed where it's legal. In Colorado and Washington, higher percentages of people use pot than most other areas of the country, except for Maine, where they are also toking aplenty. And supply increases along with demand, so the more people want it, the more people buy it. So why not grow it domestically rather than having to smuggle it in from overseas? Then the price for high-quality pot drops, and the predicted cost for an ounce in California is now going to go down from around $375 to $38. So more money for the munchies, I guess. But revenue collection actually increases money for taxes, and those can go towards schools and other programs. And in fact, revenues from taxes on pot in Colorado could reach up to $70 million per year. And perhaps it could also help people who are drinking a little too much. Researchers have found that people either like to drink or they like to smoke, but not to do both. It could even help with drinking and driving. While driving while stoned isn't exactly street legal, you are much less likely to be involved in a traffic accident than if you are drunk. And yes, it could even create jobs. Think about all the jobs at the dispensaries, the packaging places, even the ad agencies. And if pot's legal, we can stop arresting so many people. According to the FBI, one marijuana arrest is made every 42 seconds. And it's you, the taxpayers, that then have to pay for them to be put in jail. And that is just crazy. So once it's legal, the internet will be jammed with think pieces on smoking pot, I'm sure. And then maybe, just maybe, the nation will take a giant chill pill and perhaps a toke or two if they're so inclined. What do you think, Ryan? Some pretty good reasons. It just makes sense, huh?
Yeah, I mean, especially it's tough to argue with that tax revenue when we're having so many problems with the budget. So I think that's a tough sort of thing to, for anti-pot advocates to come up against. But, I think this is going to be a state-by-state sort of fight that isn't really going to reach a national level for a few years. But it'll be, I think, important to see how the federal government actually deals with this. If the DEA can, in fact, just sit back and let this happen in certain states, I think, because you have these drug warriors who have been doing this their entire career. So I think it's going to be tough for them to sort of just let this slide without some sort of pushback.